Hi class, it's great to see everybody again. I'm still getting used to the video format, but I'm fortunate that I get to try again in week 4, and I look forward to chatting to all of you or listening to all of your videos. I wanted to just briefly, as per our assignment, walk through the 2 different pieces of collateral I've actually designed this week for both our campaign flyer and our campaign logo or yard sign, as I kind of interpreted it. The first one that I'll draw your attention to is the campaign poster, or the one that would kind of serve as the logo. My statement here is prosperity in Pennsylvania, and then it features my name in all capital letters with state representative underneath and directs people to the website. A little bit about the logo on the left-hand side of where you see my last name, Shaver. This is actually the keystone. Pennsylvania is, as many of you might know, the keystone state. And this is a shape that is pretty ubiquitous in Pennsylvania. It's on our license, it's on our driver's license plates as well. We see it on all kinds of state kind of formalities. And so I thought it might be great to kind of identify that this is a poster for Pennsylvania, but then inside I've used this graphic to represent kind of prosperity and growth. The 26th district of Pennsylvania both contains the only city in the entire county, but is also extremely agricultural as well. So I really like the idea of trying to pull together that we're reaching for growth. When I think of growth, I think of the future, I think of things being prosperous, and I think of that as a little bit different than I think how people feel in the district right now. So there's still a message of kind of overcoming challenges in that. So I was really pleased with how that turned out. I'll be very interested to see if it's a logo that resonates with you all. I didn't put that it was for the 26th district as per our reading this week, that it's more effective just to put for state representative. And I chose to go with really only 2 main colors to cut down on my printing costs, since it is a lower budget state election. And so I used the white backdrop as suggested, because it will be against a lot of kind of browns and greens as far as the signs go in terms of where they'll be posted. So that's the first piece of collateral. And then the second one is my flyer, which you will see also continues the messaging of prosperity in Pennsylvania. I went with this both because I think it's catchy and has some great alliteration, but because I think the word prosper or prosperity really encapsulates all the things that I would want to be trying to bring to the district. So it means all things that I'm kind of campaigning for in terms of looking towards the future with education, growth in terms of infrastructure, kind of protecting and defending what we have now and making it really sustainable for the future. So hopefully that will resonate with voters. I've used this image again, kind of reinforcing the environment is one of the things that's very important on my platform, and kind of coming from an agricultural district, using this visual of a single blade of grass that's sprung up amongst its competition to really strive for something extras. And so I'm really hoping that that image resonates in terms of Pennsylvania voters, or voters in the 26th district, wanting to stand up and reach out for more for themselves and for their neighbors. And then if you scroll down in the flyer, I had originally done some bullet points that were tied back to the different areas that I wanted to discuss, which were education and protection and infrastructure. And then I did a little bit more reading and I thought better of it. And so instead I chose to go with 4 verbs instead. Made me feel like it would be much more active, much more kind of driving that information to the voters. So what I've done is I've selected the words teach, save, build, and protect. And hopefully that brings up the visual of that, I want to accomplish all of these things for our prosperity in a very kind of active manner, instead of just stating what I would do to the constituents. You'll see my photo, which I've put in line with the text at the bottom, which I think is critical both to associate name recognition with the actual person. And then one of the additional kind of slogans or taglines I've chosen for this flyer is local roots, global experience. This is to identify the fact that I'll be really returning to the district to run a campaign like this. It is where I was raised and spent the first kind of 18 to 20 years of my life, and then I did spend some time living in DC, and then also, as you probably know through this class, a good amount of time living in Dubai right now. And I want to address that head on and make that a positive of my campaign, rather than making it a negative of the campaign that I've lived outside the district for a period of time and that I'm not tied to the local community. So I really want to drive that. I've been all around the world, and I really don't want to be anywhere else but the 26th District of Pennsylvania, bringing everything I've learned back to bear. And the local roots, again, just ties right back into that prosperity. I'm going with the blades of grass or the keystone logo of growth, where it also shows kind of the plant prospering. Just the word roots in general goes ahead and kind of reaffirms the theme of the campaign that I'm going for. And then, of course, driving folks to the website. I do actually own katieshaver.com. It's something that, all joking aside, that when I was about 13 years old, my mom bought me for Christmas when the internet just came around. Didn't mean much of anything at the time, and now it's just a landing page. But I do own it, and when and if I ever do decide to run in the district, I'll be certainly happy that I have it as well. So these are my 2 pieces of collateral this week. I'm extremely anxious to get feedback from my classmates, and also anxious to see what each of you has come up with this week as well. And I look forward to it. Thanks very much, guys.